Hello guys and welcome to Mr. 305 Gaming, formerly FlightsimLAD. We've changed our name now to become an affiliation with Flight Simulator. Do a bit of beta testing with them. We couldn't use the name Flight Sim. So Mr. 305, welcome. I'm Chris. We're going to do a very quick review on the new Next Gen Simulations Embraer in something Italian. So this is what you get, guys. This is the Embraer Bandeirante, well, however you like to pronounce it. So here we are. This is my first time actually looking at it, and before I've even flown the aircraft, I have actually downloaded a external livery from FlightSim.to. FlightSim.to is where you can get multiple liveries, some add-on content, and new aircraft, all for free of charge, community-based. So this is about 22 quid from I got mine from Just Flight. I've got to use my points to actually download this, so it didn't cost, probably cost me about £18 roughly with my points as well. So this is the base model. So let's have a little look. It comes with, I think it comes with about 10 liveries. One of them being Loganair, which is the old Loganair livery. It's not the new one, it's the very first sort of gen Loganair. But this model is actually version 1.2. So they've brought out the version 1. I was a little bit skeptical about the cockpit textures inside, but version 1.2, I think they've actually done some work with it now. So let's have a quick look on the outside first. I'm not going to do any flying with it today, guys, because we don't need to really. The flights I'll bring out in another episode. So this is a quick 10-minute tutorial, just have a little look around it and see what the crack is. Is it worth buying? Isn't it worth buying? So this is the Embraer. It's made by Embraer. It's the Bandeirante, and it is in Flyby colours at the minute. So what do we get with it? So we can look here. We actually look like we've got some 4K rendering and livery going on here, which is quite good. You can actually see all the little rivets, which is pretty awesome. So let's have a first thing first. Let's have a look at the engines. The engine's very well modelled. Propellers are well modelled. They look, you know, like I would expect them to do for payware aircraft. I have actually got the covers on the pitots and the engine covers at the minute, and the chocks. Landing gear, yeah, okay, not bad. I mean, you've got the hydraulic cables, the brake cables, suspension arms there, which is all good. EasyJet bus there again, another add-on from FlightSim.to. Looking underneath, we've got the flap arms, the racks there, and the lifting hooks. All look quite well modelled. We've got the lights on the end. Yeah, the old school lights, because this aircraft traditionally has bulbs, not LED. It's quite an old aircraft, this one. So the flaps work on this? No, not yet, because I've got the hydraulics on. So let's have a little around the front now. We've got the main door, emergency exit. We've got the landing lights, which are actually in the wing on this aircraft. The taxi light there. There's no ILS on this aircraft, I don't think. Good all-round cockpit on this aircraft, guys. It's predominantly, you know, VFR aircraft. You can fly IFR, and it will intercept a localizer, but I don't think it'll catch a glide slope. I haven't actually looked at it yet, although it has actually got the ILS markers on its tail doors. So anyway, we'll have a look. Emergency exit here. Old school windscreen wipers, the best ones on aircraft they are. And we'll go around to the starboard side. Have a look on top of the aircraft. We've got the aerials, VHF aerials, and the GPS. We'll go around the back and have a look at the rear of the aircraft. Let's see, we've got, let's have a look at the pitch, the movement of the ailerons, and the, oh, that's quite good, is that? Yeah, do you know what? From the outside, I would say it's worth every penny. I think there's worse aircraft you could spend your money on. So let's get inside. Let's have a look at the cockpit, guys. So here we are. The only thing I've opened on this aircraft is the tablet, which is actually named there, tablet. And you can put all your covers on here and open your main door and cargo. So let's have a quick look outside with the main door and the cargo door. opened, and the simulations of that. Pretty well simulated, I've got to give them that. That's not bad, you know, there's worse. Like I say, I think that is pretty quite cool. Even little handles come open there, look. Anyway, let's get inside, let's stop waffling. So let's have a look at the cockpit, guys. So here we have the bande orientée cockpit. Again, it's if you want a new aircraft, it is not a new aircraft. This aircraft, I mean, it's probably first flew in the 1970s, you know. I don't know what year the P1 is. If anybody could enlighten me, that would be fantastic. But judging by the gauges here, I'm guessing it's probably around about the 89, early 90s model, with an upgraded cockpit system to electronic navigation at a later date. But as you can see, it's not that badly modelled. This has all changed since it was first brought out. A lot of people complaining that the textures were more or less Flight Simulator 2004 or equivalent. But I'll be honest with you guys, I mean, the cockpit here, I think it looks, they've blended this in now, and they didn't do it first, but they've blended it in your overhead, you know, and all your dials. And from what I've seen internally, a lot of the dials actually work as well, which is what you pay for, you know. You pay for an aircraft that, oh, how do I get rid of that? You know, when you pay for an aircraft, when it's payware, you expect things to work, and that on this, there's, you know, everything that you see kind of works. Little things don't, but majority of things, by the cockpit recorders, don't. You know, and that, to me, that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and let's get some power on. Let's have a look at this cockpit lit up. So we'll go up to the overhead panel. It's as a starting off aircraft to passenger aircraft, it's very basic. We're going back in technology here. You know, this is a fly-by-wire. You know, this is your cables controlling your flight controls, and everything's run by the systems. You know, there's no electronic interference from the engine systems here. They directly run from the engine to your instruments. It's what they call kind of steam gauges on an aircraft, which is, yeah, you get what you pay for, and you know, the sun visor doesn't work, but we'll ignore that. So let's get some power running through these veins on this aircraft. Let's put the battery. There we go. I've already got a panel lights on just to save pressing on here. Navigation lights are on, and we've got all that in gear there. So you can see here, guys, I mean, it's a nice looking cockpit. You know, I think I'm going to have lots of fun flying this aircraft. And lots of, oh, it's going 747 flying out of Glasgow Airport there. How interesting. But yeah, let's have a look, see if we can get the avionics on and have a look at the avionics systems. Now, you have to bear with me here, guys, because again, it's all new to me, so trying to find the avionics master switch is when you haven't flown this before in your life. Oh. So there's no avionics master switch, so it must be... Let's have a look on here. No. Right. There must be an avionics master switch somewhere. I'm just being thick and actually can't find it. Overhead lights, control lighting, light. Control navigation system. No. Oh dear. It's not looking good for a first flight. Air conditioning, no, not that. Is it? Am I missing something down here? Is this what I'm... ADF setting, Garmin setting, push. There's usually... Ah! There we go! There we go. Now we're cooking. Now how do we turn that on? So system... Looks like that one doesn't work. I don't know what. Looks like a weather radar, but I don't think it's actually operational. We've got the autopilot controls, which looks like an add-on to this aircraft at some point. So let's have a look at the charts. Let's have a little look in. So yeah, the charts are pretty good, you know. We've got my GPS mapping. We've got a flight today. We're going up to Oban, to Barra, and then across to the Outskerries. So a little bit of a shame the weather radar doesn't work. But that being said, I am aware that there isn't actually a weather radar in Microsoft Flight Simulator. On the other aircraft that come with the flight sim, they actually run off the clouds, don't run off the weather. So again, if you've got the Aerosoft CRJ700, the weather radar isn't working in that aircraft yet because it's not implemented in the flight simulator. There's a light test, fire test, right? Excellent. So a lot of the systems are quite good. We've got the communication system there for the nav1 and nav2 frequencies. So it must have an ILS approach then, if it's gone. Yeah, it must do. There we go. Something new to me. How do we turn this on? Oh, this will be a transponder, is it? Yep, there's a transponder there. So that's all good. CDI, we'll go to GPS, VLog. So, vertical localizer. I don't think it's got ILS, it's just a localizer approach, which I would expect. I wouldn't expect an instrument landing system on this apart from the localizer approach because it's a little bit advanced for its time. Yeah, let's have a look outside what it looks like with the lights on. Let's go, I'll tell you what, let's get all the lights on. That's what I want to look at, and I'm going to look at windscreen wiper. So here we are. You can see there that the lights are all on, and I'm looking at the functions of the positions of the lights, which landing lights are in a great position. Windscreen wiper modelling, fantastic. That is, yeah, good. Strobe lights on the end, obviously they're not going to be that bright because they're quite old. Navigation lights are all pretty good there. Taxi light on nose wheel, and a all-round kind of, I'm not too sure, I think in real life on this aircraft it's actually a beacon rather than a strobe on the back of this. And there should be one underneath as well. Yeah, there we go. You can see there it's quite an old flash ray. That's something you don't see every day in the flight simulator world at the minute. Excellent. So there we go, let's stop them. Turn them off. And all your switches are pressable, which is good. Turn that off. And we'll turn the battery off. We'll get it all turned off because I'm not going anywhere. That's the aircraft now shut down in the cold state. Yeah. Well, there we go, guys. There's a quick introduction to the Embraer Variante. And obviously we'll give you another episode at some point with a flight. But yeah, overall I'm very impressed with it. I would probably give it an 8 out of 10 at the minute for the graphics wise. I'd certainly recommend purchasing it for £22. I think it's one of the better payware aircraft. And if you're like me and you fly for a Scottish airline and small turboprop airlines is what you fly, it's what I fly on simulated also, it's great for island hops. Fantastic aircraft for island hops. You know, landing at Barra, landing at up at Outskerries. You know, stuff where Loganair would fly to. Flybe obviously no longer, but somebody tells me that they're hiring for pilots in real life for Flybe, so they may be coming back. I'm not saying anything, but they may be coming back very shortly. Okay guys, thank you ever so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, Mr. 305 Gaming, and we'll speak to you soon with an updated flight. Thank you, bye bye for now.